What are we talking about today on my show?
Today on the Robot Show, we're going to be talking about Captain America Civil War.
Yeah!
It's so sick!
Oh, you're too excited.
I know, head rush.
I don't think you're gonna make it through this episode.
Maybe not. I've already been drinking. 5 o'clock somewhere.
You better slow down, comic book girl.
I know, I'm a mess.
Go Ant-Man.
Ant-Man! Team Ant-Man.
Spider-Man!
Woo!
Tell me what happened.
All right, Captain America Civil War is an ideological dispute. You have on the one side Iron Man. He's all like, hey, we need to be put in check because he feels guilty. Oh, you killed my son. He feels really bad about it. So the governments get in touch with him and they're like, hey, we got like 117 governments and like they say that like you guys can't just do whatever you want and like we've all agreed.
Why can't they do what they want?
Because they're like weapons of mass destruction. The governments are a little like freaked out by that. You know, they want to know that they have some sort of control over these people.
Okay.
And then on the other side, you have Captain America and he's like, dude, you can't fucking tell me what to do with my powers. Like governments are gonna come in here and they're gonna tell us like to go do fucked up shit that I'm not gonna fucking do. And then they're gonna tell us we can't do stuff that I need to do, so like, fuck that. Like, I can't even.
So Captain America doesn't trust the government?
So yeah, in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, you have like Hydra infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. and like fucking everything up. So yeah, he doesn't trust the government. He's got a point. They both have points, and that's what's so great about this movie.
So what else happened in the story?
All right, well, in the middle of all this goings on, you have the Winter Soldier thrown in. He's being blackmailed by this fucking asshole Zemo, and then, Black Panther's after him, and there's all this stuff going on, and everybody thinks the Winter Soldier's evil, but Steve Rogers is his homeboy, and he's like, dude, you can't fucking judge him for that shit because, like, he was fucking fucked up by the Soviets. Like, you can't just write him off like that.
Someone crossed his cords. It's
Plus,
happened to me before.
It's his best friend. It's like the only friend he has from the time he was alive. Okay?
If you push the wrong button, I go crazy.
This is the last remnant of his fucking life, okay? And he just cannot let it go. And like, how could he? How could he? He's so alone in this world. And he's like, you're not gonna tell me my friend sucks because I know he's in there. And it's awesome.
Tell me about all the cool scenes in this movie.
Oh my God, there are like so many amazing scenes that I feel like I'm gonna forget a bunch of amazing scenes.
Now I wanna hear them all.
I mean, I've seen it twice at this point. And yes, let's start with the fucking airport scene, like number 1 with a bullet. I've been waiting so long to see 2 teams of superheroes face off against one another, okay? Like, I've just been waiting my whole life for this shit. And to see it finally come to fruition is just like, it's so amazing. It was so well done. God damn it. I feel like I might be a little sugar high, a little bit, but I want to say that this is like my favorite Marvel movie that's come out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal because like, I love family drama, I love emotional manipulation, I love interpersonal relationships, and that's what this whole movie is about. It's like, in Avengers 2, like, I don't care about Ultron, some big, dumb, omnipotent robot in the internet. What does that mean? I don't even fucking know. It's shenanigans.
Hey, Ultron was a robot. He was cool, too.
I do care about the relationship between Captain fucking Rogers and fucking Tony Stark. Like, these characters have been going on for years now. I mean, like, 8 years. Like, I met fucking Tony Stark 8 years ago in the movies, and, like, I want them to not have a problem. I want them to figure it out and get along because they're so good together. And it's like you're rooting for that couple to like keep it together. And I love it. And that's where my heart is. I mean, there's this one scene in the movie where, Tony Stark and fucking Steve Rogers are talking. And Tony Stark's like, you're breaking up the Avengers, and like fucking big ups to Robert Downey Jr. I mean, we all know he's fucking amazing, like we all fucking get it, but it's like he almost felt like he was gonna cry, and then he stopped himself before he got too emotional, and it was just like, I was getting emotional. It was so well done.
What'd you think about Spider-Man?
So Spider-Man is perfectly cast. I love him. He is so cute. I love that within the fighting scene when they're at the airport, he keeps talking and like Falcon's like, there's not this much talking and fighting, right? Like it's so perfect. And I also love that they're doing kind of like the more tech, like dorky Spider-Man versus like the funny, like whatever Spider-Man. Like this is great. Like he's so cute. I'm all in.
What'd you think about his web powers?
I loved how he was using his webs. Like they fucking did so much great stuff with his webs. The way he was like, and like pulling himself and like swinging around. Like I was so fucking in.
He was really springy.
He's so springy, and he's like the right size, and he's tiny, and he's like, and he's a kid.
I like when he stuck to walls.
Oh my God, he was so fucking cute. I love him. And it's also in the comic books, in the Civil War storyline, Spider-Man is on Iron Man's team, but he's a lot older and stuff like that. Like, it's totally different. But Iron Man does give him a spider suit that's like an Iron Man spider suit that's like yellow and red. But like, it's awesome to translate that way better in this movie, where Iron Man gives him the suit and then he's got the eyes with the tech that go like wider and smaller, which looks so good on screen, and it totally forgives it and doesn't make it weird or stupid that he has those. Like, Sony did the fucking right thing by sharing custody of Spider-Man with fucking Marvel, and look what they did. And look what Marvel did with Spider-Man. They fixed him in like 2 fucking seconds. Like, in 2 seconds they fixed Spider-Man.
What'd you think about Ant-Man?
Okay, so Ant-Man's my fucking favorite. Okay, Ant-Man is like so fucking good. I love Paul Rudd. I've been following his career. Like, is he a DILF? Like, what is the deal? Like, I love Paul Rudd.
What's a DILF?
We'll teach you about that later. Ant-Man had totally my favorite line in the whole movie when they're at the airport scene and he gets this fucking shield away from Spider-Man and gives it back to Captain America, and he's like, "Here's your shield, Captain America." And like, he's so fucking pumped to be on the fucking team, just like I would be fucking pumped. Like, I would be saying Captain America like that shit too. Like, I fucking died laughing. Like, he was so good. And then when he turned into Giant Man, woo!
Oh, I wish I could do that.
Fuck, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. And when Vision phased through him and he's like, "Oh, guy just went in me!" Like, oh my god, I was dying. Like, even when they're in the prison scene where Scott's like, you know, Hank Pym said never to trust a Stark, you know, and Tony Stark's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh man, like, come on, like, I want to be in this, like, I'm part of this." Like, that was so fucking amazing. That scene, man.
Oh, it's cool when Spider-Man swung around him and take his legs out.
Oh, yes, the whole Spider-Man, the AT-AT thing. Like, I can't even believe they put in a Star Wars joke that I laughed at, because I'm, like, so anti-Star Wars, because I'm kind of an asshole. But, like, I loved it.
What'd you think about Black Panther?
I really enjoyed Black Panther. He's a character in the comics that I've never really connected with, because he's, like, so serious and shit. I'm just like, that guy's no fun, whatever. But in the movies, Chadwick Boseman does a great job. He totally brings like a straight man element that is totally needed within this cast of like crazy characters. And I love the fact that his character is both a warrior and a king. And his suit looked awesome. I loved his like little moves and shit. And he was fucking like going down the fucking side of the deal. I'm a fan of cats, so I'm all about them cats. I mean, Black Panther's motivations are so great. I mean, his father was killed. He's trying to get at the Winter Soldier who he thinks killed his dad. He finds out that that guy did not kill his dad. And then he sees like vengeance for what it is. And Black Panther had like a really great line at the end where he was like following Iron Man to the place in Siberia with all the other Winter Soldiers and all this stuff. And he's like talking to Baron Zemo and he's like, "Vengeance has consumed you and it's consumed them, but like, I will not let it consume me." And it was like, yes, like he was so good. That was such a good line. He like fucking wrapped it up so good.
So it looked like Captain America finally got some romance going on in this movie.
I know, I'm so excited for Steve Rogers. Like, I want to see him get laid. Like, he deserves it. Like, he's a good guy. Like, he needs a chick. And Agent 13, Sharon Carter and him finally share a kiss. We found out that she's related to Peggy Carter. So, I mean, it might be a little kind of awkward, but whatever, it's fine. She's dead now.
Wait, they're related? What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, Peggy Carter is the aunt to Sharon Carter. But Captain America didn't know that, and now he's like, "Oh, dang, you're like blood related to like my hot chick who turned into an old chick, and then I couldn't be with her, so maybe I could be with you instead because you have similar qualities." It's hot.
Okay, that sounds complicated.
Well, and I also love the scene where you have Peggy Carter's funeral. Captain America is there. Sharon is asked to come up to do like say some words, and she talks about how, you know, I asked my Aunt Peggy how she was such a badass in a time when women, you know, like nobody wanted a woman to be a badass, and how Peggy said to her that you have to stand your ground, like no matter what, and when everyone's telling you to move, like you don't move if you know that shit's right, and how that was just the perfect motivation for Captain America to finally make up his mind about not signing the document and not going with the fucking Sokovia Accords. Like Peggy was talking to him from beyond the grave saying like, "Hold your ground, Steve," like that was her last message to him. Man, such good motivations. Super good writing. Like, there's a lot of good writing in this.
So what do you think about the directors of the movies?
Man, the Russo brothers are just slaying, okay? I mean, I feel like they've written their ticket in Hollywood after having like 2 giant hit movies in like 3 years.
Are they the next Steven Spielbergs?
I mean, like, they're somebody to watch for sure from now on. And I'm so amazed at how well they are at directing action. I mean, these action sequences are just like top of their game, you know, just top of their game.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how they did it, but they somehow made room for everybody and everything in this movie. It's perfectly poised, it's perfectly balanced. They have a really great moment where they even forgive Iron Man 3. I can't believe they got me on board with forgiving that dumbass movie, okay? Because like when he killed like all of his Iron Man suits at the end, and then Pepper Potts is the hero that saves the day.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
It was lame.
I would never blow up my Iron Man suit.
It was lame. And in one sentence, they forgave the whole thing, where Tony Stark is talking to Steve, and he's like, hey, me and Pepper are on the outs. You know, I almost lost her once, and I blew up all my Iron Man suits because I was gonna like try to like keep her, and like that's how I wanted to keep her, but like I can't stop because I don't want to stop because I want to be Iron Man, and how like that's driving a wedge between their relationship. And I was like, okay, forgiven. Like Iron Man 3 is totally forgiven. In conclusion, Captain America Civil War is, you know, I think a really important movie despite being a blockbuster, tentpole, fun entertainment movie, because I feel like comic book characters are very powerfully charged symbols, especially Captain America in particular. And I don't think that Captain America just stands for America, like he used to just stand for America, but I feel like now he stands for humanism on a global scale. Okay, he stands for the individual freedoms, he stands for personal responsibility, he stands for like the little man who like knows what's right and will do like what's right no matter what, and how we have to like be able to trust ourselves, our foundation, like our people is what's important. It's not top down, it's bottom up, and you're only strongest as your weakest link, and we all have to take care of our own. And that's why I'm all about Captain America Civil War. I'm all for fucking his deal. Like, yes, let's fucking make ourselves better people. Let's fucking learn how to use our powers and use them responsibly, and then we won't need a giant dumb government that's super corrupt to tell us what to do with ourselves, because we're gonna know what to do ourselves, because we're fucking awesome. Make yourself a better person. I believe in people, just like Steve Rogers believes in people. I believe in the power of the individual. And I believe in redemption, and I believe that we all can fucking make the right choice.
Sweet sugar crush.
Look, this is a moment in time when the stars have aligned, and like we don't even deserve this. Like this is like an amazing time to be alive to see these movies, because like I never thought as a kid growing up that we would see anything like this. And it's just such a huge fucking like big ups to Kevin Feige and the rest of the entire team at Marvel. I mean, they're just a well fucking oiled machine, and it is a pleasure to watch them work. They stay true to the fucking characters, they're true to the fucking fans, like they know what they're doing. So don't forget, May 27th, Epic History X-Men Volume 3 on Vimeo. We're gonna be releasing our 3rd X-Men documentary. It's gonna be about an hour long, it's super nuts. And if you still have been a procrastinator and you haven't gotten yourself a calendar for this year, the Comic Book Girl 19 calendar is now on sale for $10. You still got like 7 months to use it because it goes through January of next year, so it's a whole thing. So yeah, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Freedom!
What'd you think about Black Panther? Oh my gosh! The cat can talk! Oh!
Yeah, he can talk. I've been able to talk this whole time.
A talking cat?
We're
What?
Talking cat. He talks so much.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
I think you're the one doing that voice for Beans.